episode of 2RC. Today we'll be talking about the Losi DBXL, more specifically my Losi DBXL. Right, so there's a few things that I need to point out. If you want to buy a DBXL brand new, I'm saying brand new because most people that got one, they possibly have done that work for you already. But if you're buying a brand new one, you basically need to strip all and thread lock every single screw that you got, because there's no thread lock on them, and they will come out. I had a few coming out, so I decided to just strip all and do them all again. And since then, I have no problems. Another thing you will have to do is, if you have the K and N version, I really struggle with that word, you'll have this fancy air filter, which is fantastic, don't take me wrong. It works perfect, but there is a bit of an issue with it. It sucks a lot of dust, like small particles will go through, which can, in the future, could cause a bit of a problem. So what you want to do is get yourself some outerwear and put on it. You can buy it on your local shop or online. What I've done is basically I just grabbed some foam that I have that I usually use for my crawlers, for the tires, and basically I cut it to size and wrap it around and just put 2 cable ties on it, and it works fantastic. Does the trick. Been running it like that and been checking my air filter to see if there's anything going in, and no, it's clean. So that's one thing you want to do if you have that type of air filter, or maybe just change it to one of the standard ones. Now, the other thing I've done to mine is, and to be honest, this should be in the list of the first thing in your list if you buy in any 1/5 scale car, which is a kill switch. You want a kill switch for your car. I got mine fairly cheap. It was considerably cheap. I forgot, what's it called? Switchblade, that's what it's called. It does the same thing than the big brand kill switch or killer switch or something like that. So I got this one. It's been working fantastic. I will leave a link in the description below, so you guys can have a look and see. The other thing I've done is, which is another thing on your second list, second thing on your list that you should do, is basically protect your flywheel. When I mean you protect your flywheel, basically you want to grab some mesh and put that mesh over the holes that have underneath the motor, to protect that flywheel from getting any stones in there and breaking it, snapping it, and just causing all types of issues. You don't want that to happen. And you want to do the same to your pull starter, or maybe just get the outwears and do it to and just put it there. I basically use the mesh on the inside, use that for the pull starter. It works very good. And for the motor, I used this one. It goes up to 165 degrees, so it's really good. Now, this buggy out of the box is fantastic. It's really good, but you do have to do all of those things before you take out, especially the thread lock. Trust me, you really want to do that. One thing you really want to put thread lock on is your clutch bell and pinion. And if you doing it, please use the red thread lock, because the blue will not do anything to it. It will just keep coming off, and I've already had that issue before, and the first time it actually snapped the screw inside of the clutch bell housing. So that was a bit of a nightmare to take out, but I managed. Few upgrades that I want to do to this, nothing too major, but I think they might be kind of important ones, which is my rear and front brace. I want to upgrade that, and I want to upgrade my motor mount as well, because I don't think plastic is that great. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Take me serious when I say use thread lock in everything. See, your drive shafts, your center drive shafts, you really want to double check those, because those pins will come out. They will definitely come out when you least expect, and they can cause all type of damage. The one on the rear actually came out. I don't know if you guys can see it from there, but it actually came out and it cut through the rear brace, just a bit there. So yeah, you really want to pay attention to that. I think that's pretty much for all of the things you need to do on the truck, on this buggy before you go out with it. One thing I done is I've changed my motor from a 23 to a 29cc, only because I felt that 23cc did not have enough torque for a four-wheel drive buggy. I would say for a two-wheel drive buggy, I think a 23 would possibly be perfect, fine. But a four-wheel drive buggy like this and this size, it needs slightly more power. It's because it's just heavier. It's got an extra diff. It's got three extra drive shafts. It's got everything else. You know, front casing. You know, all of that stuff is just more weight. And a 23cc, I personally don't think it's enough. But that's just my personal opinion. The only reason I do have a 29, to be honest, is because it came out on eBay fairly cheap. When I saw it, I was like, you for real? I went and read the description, and then the guy basically just wanted to sell it because he wanted to buy a bigger engine. I'm just hoping it was not for a DBXL, and I'll come to that just in a second. Because I felt like I robbed him with this thing. It was very cheap. I was very, very happy when I got it. It was brand new, spunky, brand new. So I run it in and run it for a little bit, and oh my god, this thing goes now. So much that I actually need to change the diff oil on my center diff for a heavier one. Just because all of the power now is just going through the front wheels. You can see the front wheels are ballooning quite a lot. Now, if you go in with over a 29cc, you're going to spend more money on the upgrades, unfortunately. You're just going to. Because this clutch bell housing and the pinion, they will not take the torque of anything higher than a 29cc. I've seen people having 32s and 38s, and they all had the same problem. Clutch bell just couldn't take the torque, it would just snap, or the pinion gear would just break, or even both. So that's why if you go into for a bigger engine, do not go over a 29, because otherwise you're going to have to spend money on the new on a new upgrade, 2 new upgrades actually, which will be your clutch bell housing and your pinion. Actually 3, sorry. Your clutch bell housing, your pinion, and you'll have to change your clutch bell mounts as well for an aluminium one. And that is pretty much it. But that is up to you if you want to spend that much money. One thing I do not tend to upgrade is my exhaust pipe. I'm very happy with the stock. I don't really want to have a big exhaust pipe coming out there as well, because I've already burned myself plenty of times on my Savage, so I'm happy with this little thingy over there, and it performs well on the 29, so I don't think it's a necessary thing. Now, one thing I'm going to say, and I know all of you Losi fans will be pulling their guns at me or at the screen, especially Mikey with his Magnum. Is this a Losi? Yes, it is. Is it a Losi make? No, it's not. Why do I say that? Because after studying a little bit and searching and all of that stuff, I found that this basically was a Chinese company that built this and took it to Losi and said, "What? There he goes. We built this. What do you guys think?" And Losi said, "Yeah, it looks good. We'll put our logo on it." So that's how Losi got the Losi DBXL. Is it a bad buggy? No, it's really good. I like it. I love it. It handles very well. It takes the bumps very well as well. I've not jumped very high with this thing because, to be honest, I'm a bit scared. It's my first time owning 1/5 scale, and I'm scared because it's so big. I'm scared of jumping it and just snapping it. So I'm a bit scared with that. But I think the highest I've jumped is about a meter high or 1.5 meters high. And it just goes, it just glides very well. I don't really have anything else to say about this apart from I really like it and I enjoy it. And there's tons and tons of upgrades that you can get for this. Literally, you can get this whole thing upgraded to aluminium if you want to. But then don't forget, it will get slightly heavier. So the heavier it is, the slightly harder to handle is, and you will possibly have to change to a bigger engine as well. So there it goes, guys. That's my review on my Losi DBXL. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please do comment below and like and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.